I've got a can-do attitude, and I'm ready and happy to serve.
Happy? Iron's the name. Power's my game.
I'm Chin. I may be small and thin, but I'm loyal, hardworking, and crafty.
I'm, Lead. I'm pretty dense and, think it's hard.
Dense is right. I'm Mercury. With my liquid assets, I can flow where no buck can go.
Hey, I'm Platinum. I can spin super fine and fight with the best of them. Discuss thermodynamics.
Robots don't act like this. Your responsometers must be malfunctioning.
This looks...
And so we get to the second draft of Metal Men. It's going to be a lot less cartoony than what you just saw. It's going to be a bit more serious, but not too serious. I mean, what you saw is kind of where I'm trying to head towards. But we got to go from a dark, emo... It's kind of like going from Zack Snyder to Joss Whedon or, James Wan with the Aquaman stuff. Or that kind of Shazam, lighthearted stuff. So I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm going to do my best to show you some of what I've been trying to do. Now, this is the, I'm using a Amazon tablet, which is the crudest thing on planet Earth. But this is the, a makeshift Microsoft Word program I had to use. So if I could possibly, let's see if I can get it a little bit better than that. So this will be a revision based on my notes. I need to make corrections on a third of the outline. How do the Metal Men deal with the fact they are not human? How does Will Magnus go from being a mild-mannered science student down on his luck to a leader of great superheroes? So I had to make a lot of changes. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit better than that. This is the first part of the movie. Hello. What have I done? Hold on. This is the first part where Will is a pathetic student and intern at Eclipso Labs in Candrew Town. So this is named after Andrew Ross and Kanigher and Ross, who are the creators of Metal Men. So I call it Candrew Town. The land is near a giant landfill full of wrecked cars, bacteria, old furniture, animal corpses. Will has to deal with his peers who are assholes, self-righteous, and narcissistic. So you think of Charlie Brown and Lucy and Linus and Schroeder and Frida and Patty, Peppermint Patty. They're all a bunch of dicks. So he has to deal with it. So I'm going to show you some of the outline. This is about 11 pages long. So Will Magnus is on his way to work. Go to about 5. Will meets the rest. He meets a lot of the people there, Tommy, Red, and Randy, who are the real-life counterparts to the Metal Men. 10. Will goes back to work on his robotics technology and engineering projects while listening to Motorhead type of heavy metal. Mike Orson is annoyed. So it's like Ace of Spades, time to play the game, something like that. Something gravelly, something hard, stuff like that. 15. So let's see. 1 week later, looking at the Metal Men cleaning, Dr. Bruce Gordon shows the scientists how a large rock of diamonds can power radio, TV, tablets, phones, and other mechanical energy. I wrote that Bruce Gordon, who is Eclipso, can basically he works on solar energy. And somewhere during his projects, he worked on a giant satellite that doesn't go up into space exactly, but can interact with another satellite that will channel solar energy back to Earth, even at nighttime, which obviously will play into the last part of this slideshow that I'm trying to create here. Let's see. Go to 20. So this is, her name is Letitia Bellstory. This is Will's ex-girlfriend who is engaged to another man. They met in high school, I guess, or junior high school. Things didn't work out. So she's at the park next to Hickory Apartments where Will lives. Will meets up with her outside. They have small talk, and he noticed she has a child with her. Letty is engaged, but this is her niece. From watching Letty babysit her niece, Will gets an idea. So he comes up with the responsometers. This is Act 2. This is the second part of the movie where Will, Magnus, and Dr. Bruce Gordon go through sudden transformations. In Will's case, he gains the Metalmen. For Bruce, he begins the real transformations into Eclipso. 2 or 3 weeks later, Will and Bruce go back to Eclipso Institute. It's the name of the institute, so that's how he gets the name. Will starts to make final adaptations to his Metalmen. So the Metalmen are just like, because I'm not really doing a movie, I'm doing a slideshow, just think of them as CGI made up of little pieces, but they have no personality yet. They're just these colorful works of art that have no definition yet until Will's his co-workers die in a terrible accident, just like in the comic books. We go to 30. In 30, when Will wakes up, he is helped by those who appear to be Mike, Tina, Tommy, Randy, Red, and Jack in heavy metal costumes. Because Will is into heavy metal, he created a program where they would wear heavy metal outfits. So if you think of those color-changing cars and Hot Wheels, they change color by the sun. When they come out into the sunlight, they look like the Metalmen. When they are in the shade, they look human. So when Will sees them, it's like the Twilight Zone. Like he sees them, but they seem different, but it's not really them. So that's the thing I really wanted to keep. Even though it seems a little more fantastic on the science fiction side, I wanted to keep that. That was in my original draft. Soon, Will and Bruce are at Candrew Memorial Hospital. The 6 are in hiding, but when Will visits Bruce in his hospital room, he takes Tina with him. So Tina has a crush on Will, just like in the comic books. I kept that. That's true to the comic books. But Will is not sure if he feels that way about Tina. There's different things going on here. Will has an idea. I'm skipping around. Will has an idea about a new direction for he and his Metalmen. He pulls out his electric guitar and talks about a dream that failed about wanting to join a band because of his family and introverted life. He couldn't. Looking at his responsometer, he has a solution. So his responsometer is like a tablet with a Bluetooth technology stuck in the top of it, so he can kind of control his Metalmen. But at some point, when he is tested, he will destroy the responsometer and trust his Metalmen to act on their own programming, which happens later. So the responsometer will only be the souls, you could say, of these people, of these robots. 45. Let's go to 45. Bruce Gordon forms a YouTube channel and documents his work putting tattoos on those with Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, epilepsy. Because remember, Bruce, I told you in the first draft, Bruce Gordon has cerebral palsy, but because of the Eclipso diamond in his chest, after an accident, he's suddenly cured. So he wants to suddenly cure everyone else. No arms, no legs. They grow them back like babies or fetuses. He is creating miracles, but I fucking hate this auto fucking correct. Fuck you, autocorrect. It doesn't type it right. Let me fix that. They grow them back. Fuck you, auto spelling. So he's creating miracles, but it's a trap and he will pay a price. So Bruce Gordon is trying to fix everybody through these Eclipso tattoos made from the purple diamond earlier, but it's going to cost him. Will buys a brand new apartment to accommodate the 6 Metalmen moving in. Interior decorated from Tina. The others are outside or asleep. So Tina and Will kind of, they try to figure out, like how to interact with each other. Part 55. One night when Will goes to sleep, the men figure out a way to undo the off switch of their responsometers and reboot turning on. But Will eventually tracks them down. But this is where the Metalmen go off on their own, do their own adventure. The Metalmen do a road trip to go to different places and perform heavy metal. So they do heavy metal as a human guise. 65. Back on Dr. Bruce Gordon, he reveals to his nurse what really cured him, the source of his power. Bruce kills his nurse and then kills the 2 police officers who were charged with bringing his research. So he ends up killing people through Eclipso. 70. They are about to kill... Oh, let me see. Oh, the metal men are about to kill Bruce in a fight, but Will uses his responsometer to exploit their handicaps and stop or slow them down. So, like for example, Iron has asthma, Lead has thyroid or, no pain issues. Tina has Tourette's, so she has tics. Gold cannot see without his glasses. So Will exploits his handicaps. But he does one final programming before he destroys the responsometer, so that eventually, if they do try to kill, they will fall back on their handicaps. It's something just to keep robots from being dangerous. Sort of the whole Matrix, Neo and Trinity versus the robots kind of thing. Let's see. Oh, so when Will goes back home with the metal men, he goes back to Candrew Town. He can't find anyone, not even the animals or insects. He quickly remembered something Bruce did, putting tattoos on animals, spraying on insects. So Bruce is curing every living thing in Candrew Town to share in the gifts of Eclipso. Will goes... So this is the final part of the movie where Will, Magnus, Dr. Bruce Gordon, and his metal men do battle. The last steps are taken for the metal men to become superheroes and take their place among the DCEU. Will goes to Edo Jidai, Bento, and battle. Edo Jidai is the Japanese version of medieval times dinner and tournament. So instead of knights and squires and horses and kings and queens fighting based on medieval Renaissance period, you have ancient Japan, and you have they look like geishas serving, or hostesses serving bento and delivering bento. So you have Japanese style things instead of British. So it's something I made up that I always wanted to see a Japanese version of medieval times. So that's what they meet there. I don't know. We'll go skip ahead here. The metal men fight the Eclipso army. So this is part 85. They fight the Eclipso army. Part 90. Last minute words between Will and Eclipso. So the metal men figure out a way to stop Eclipso and to lock up Bruce Gordon. The metal men still do heavy metal, mean the DCEU, and then we have the Creeper. If I won't, that's all we'll tell you. If you know who the Creeper is in DC Comics. So that's where I'm at right now. This is a lot of work. This is a lot of struggling with the autocorrects and auto spelling, autocorrect. I hate when this tablet does what the fuck it wants. But that's where we're at. Now, I will not do anything until I think the weekend. I will work on the 3rd and final draft. And what I will do with that is go over each minute of the 2 hours. And what I might do is go by reel. I can't record 2 hours in one sitting. My phone does not allow that. And it would be easier to just record 20. I can go up to 30 minutes, but not more than that. So I think 20 minutes. 20 minutes in movie time is a reel. And I could do a slideshow. But ultimately, it would be wiser to do 20 minutes at a time and then post them up and do art at a time. So that's what I'm going to do after I do the 3rd draft, is I'm going to start working on the art and the writing. I will do the writing on this tablet. I will show the art. I have paper down there. You can see that paper. And I will use this paper, black and white paper, color paper. I have, if you can see, some markers. You can see some markers here. That's what I will be using. And that's how we'll go at this. And we'll see what happens. We'll go from there.